So how you doing? Hey, this is Admin from PlexGuide. So basically, we're just going to do a video here on how to use PGFork. Some people were kind of curious about this. So the first thing you need to do in order to use PGFork as well, you got to fork the project yourself. So come here to the main page that you see here and go ahead and click fork. And the reason it's grayed out for me as well is because it's my own project. But what PGFork basically allows you to do is it allows you to take your own custom version of PlexGuide, make changes and test it real time on your system. Because before, if you made, let's say you downloaded PlexGuide, you made custom changes, right? And then you wanted the updates. If you went ahead and just updated outright, you lost everything. Unless you had to download everything to a file or pad, and it's just a lot of work. So PGFork saves a lot of time. I use it. And the way you can see it work is, first of all, obviously you have PlexGuide installed. You already have fork. And what you'll do is, when you type this, it's going to ask you, well, first it'll display some information to you. So here you can see it has some old information. Basically, first you need to update the project branch release. So we're going to go ahead and do 3. And then it's going to ask you, what is your project link? So you're going to take your project link. So if you're on your fork, you're going to just cut that link right there and you're going to paste it, right? In the future, I'm going to set this up where you only have to type your username, and just to kind of alleviate you from going back to that page or your page. And then it's going to ask you, what branch do you want to put? So you can see here I have some older versions. So let's say I want to use test 009. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. And so now what happened is it literally put an older, well, I wouldn't say it's older, but yeah, well, it is. Let's see how much older, maybe by like a few days. So earlier I had PlexGuide 6053 installed, so this should probably bring up maybe 5.1, maybe. So we'll see. So basically what it did is it basically, we're going to go ahead and skip this. So yeah, this is my own personal fork, but you could tell this is an older version of PlexGuide because now it has the lines. So basically, if you had your own version of PlexGuide, whatever you have will load up, and what we'll give it away is it'll say personal fork. This is useful because this basically allows you to edit code and run it on your own system, or you can edit code and then push it back to us. So I even use PGFork. Even though I don't use the actual fork itself, I take my link and I'll put my version and put it there. So this allows me to test changes without actually pushing it to the project. So if I use Atom here, we should be able to bring up an older version of PlexGuide. Okay. So you see there, right there, it brought up test 009. So I switched branches, and what it did was it literally just put the code, it literally switched to the code right there. So like, let's say I want to take, let's see something, for example, that's really obvious. So anything that modifies the menu start, main, and let's say for some reason you just wanted, just put question marks right here, right? I just go ahead and close it out, obviously save, and then I push it back to the project, obviously on test 009, and this is not going to affect my main rollout because, again, it's pushing to a forked version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit, I'm going to type PGFork, and then I'm going to do download current project. You don't have to update this no more because now you see the information. So download current project. And it's going to keep asking me that until I say yes, but I have no reason to stay on test 009. Older edition. See, there's the question marks that we just made. So basically, let's say I'm done with the question marks, right? All I have to do is do new pull request, and you compare branches. Now, you, on the other hand, will have to click this. So you will have to say, you see how there's all these people right here? So you basically have to pick your name, your version, and you just push it to this. Like, leave this as edge and leave this admin 9705. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to compare and push code. Then you're going to go ahead and do a pull request. So I'm going to type, I don't know, question marks. Gotta love question marks for the menu. I'm going to create a pull request. And it looks silly that I'm pulling a pull request on myself, but it comes in handy. I try to use this as much as I can, because if you actually look at some of them, you see how there's people doing pull requests, but you can see that I pushed pull requests to myself because this allows me to undo things and allows me to track things better. So obviously I'm going to look at this pull request and it's going to show me the difference in the files. So it's going to say, hey, the only difference here is that I changed out question marks. That's the only thing that I want to do. So obviously I'm not going to accept that because there's no point. But normally I would just hit merge pull request on my permissions and then I'm good to go. But because this is useless, I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. And that's basically it. So if I want to go back to regular PlexGuide, I can. Oops, PG update. And then I'm going to go to 6053. And then if I type this, you could see that the question marks will be gone. See? If I ever want to go back to it, PGFork. And then I'm going to do 2 for download because the link is already set. And you can see that the question marks will be back. See? So feel free to use PGFork as an experimenting tool. So, you know, if you're really new to code or you just want to play with it and make modification changes, you can. If you want to try to fix simple things like even typos, I've had people push all kinds of things. Feel free to do so. But basically, that's all you have to do. So, like I said, it's just an in-house dev tool. I just had an idea one day because I just got tired of people love PG Dev, but it was problematic when people had their own versions. Other than that, if you got a minute to like the video, if you have any comments, questions, please feel free to post them in there. And if you see a little PG globe, you know, highlight over that and click subscribe. It does mean a lot. You know, I always kind of wonder why I heard that in all the videos, but it's because it helps grow. You know, hopefully you gain something out of this. And again, please feel free to push code anytime. No matter how small or big, we'll always look into it. Thanks.